What's up, y'all? Y'all know who it is. Your boy JP here, hoping to make your install life a whole lot easier. And today we're going to start the series on how to build a sub box. But this is not just any regular sub box that we're going to be building. The sub that we're building this box for is probably one of the biggest, beastiest 10-inch subs that I've personally ever seen in my life. This is the DD Audio 9510 ESP. Now this 10-inch sub is a 60+ pound sub, and it can handle anywhere from 2,000 RMS all the way up to about 7,000 watts. Now we're not going to necessarily put 8,000 watts to the sub right now, but we do have the SMD 2K inside the Camry, so it's going to be at least 2K RMS going towards the sub, so the box has to be able to handle all of that. Now I've had this sub for a couple months now, and even though we featured it on our last video when we were showing you how to wire up different dual voice coil subs, I haven't given y'all a proper introduction to the 9510 ESP, so let's go ahead and get into that real quick. So first we're going to start off with the black carbon fiber dust cap with the white DD Audio supercharged logo. Now that is sitting on top of a translucent ghost cone. Now the ghost cone kind of has like a diffused look, like sometimes you can get a strip of LEDs and they don't have a diffuser on it, so you can't actually see the LED. What that allows us to do is put lights, LED lights, inside our enclosure, and then whatever light is lighting up inside the box is going to actually show through the cone, which makes it super cool. And that is going to be glued to the high foam surround. Now this surround is the K series, it's not the L series, so the L is a lot higher than this one, but even for a 10-inch woofer, the 9500 series period has a high foam surround, which is going to help us with that high excursion rate. We still got the oversized 3-inch voice coils, like a little over 3¼ inches, and a 5-layer spider. And that's going to lead us right to the direct leads. Now on this subwoofer, we do not have push terminals. We have 10-gauge wire soldered right to the end of the tensile leads coming from the spider. So this sub is going to come in two different variations. You're going to have dual 1 and dual 2. If you get the dual 1, then your wiring options are going to be 2 ohms or 0.5, and that's the resistance that the amplifier is going to see. Make sure your amp is at least half ohm stable so it can output the proper power without cutting off. But we got the dual 2. The dual 2 can be wired to 4 ohms or 1 ohm. So what we're going to do is we're going to wire this dual 2 in parallel, which is going to give us 1 ohm of resistance coming from the amplifier, and our SMD 2K should be able to provide 2,000 watts of RMS at 1 ohm because it is a 1 ohm stable amp. So if any of that stuff kind of confused you, we did just kind of do a video talking about how to wire up subs and get different amounts of power from the amp. I will have that stuff linked for y'all in the description below, and that card should be popping up in the corner. And I don't think I really have to go into how thick the magnet is on the bottom of the sub. Now I don't know exactly how many ounces it is, but at about 61 pounds, she thick. So now we got done talking about the sub, let's talk about the box design. So this is going to be a 4-way collaboration. JP's Audio, the one who's doing all the work. We got Digital Designs, the one who provided the product. And we have my boy Drew Jones with Bassahaulics, who provided the box design. Now I really like the design of this enclosure. This is going to be my first box that actually has an acrylic window on the front, so you'll be able to see the inside of the subwoofer. Because when we mount that sub inside the box, I feel like we'll be doing the sub an injustice by not showing it off. So we're going to have a 3/4 inch acrylic window on the front, and that sub will be mounted from the top. Now LEDs will be going around the inside, so we'll be able to light up everything on the inside. So we're probably going to paint the inside white, and we're probably going to do some type of black paint carpet or something on the outside to kind of go along with the black and white theme that we have for the entire vehicle. Because if you remember, the DD Audio amp is a black and white amp, and we use black and white for that amp board. The SMD 2K is a black and white-ish type of amp, and we did black and white tech flex environment for that amplifier board. Now it has an acrylic window on the amplifier, and it has a whole lot of LED lights with it, so in order to stay on theme, we're going to have the box do the exact same thing. Black on the outside, white on the inside, with LED lights to match everything else. It is about all the little details. The box is going to be 1.63 cubic feet. It's going to be properly braced with a double baffle on the top to be able to withstand a 60+ pound sub. And we're going to be tuning that bad boy to 33 hertz, so that should have a good playing bandwidth from like mid-20s, like 25, all the way up to about 80, and probably further than that. But when I'm playing my subs, I don't go past 80 hertz. Really the 25 to 65, if I'm being honest, is where I like to stay. But mainly I like my subs to be musical anywhere from 30 to 80, because that's where I'm usually crossing my stuff over at. That's just a personal preference of mine. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get into the first step in actually building this box, and that's going over the cut sheet. One thing I like about getting a design from Drew Jones is that he's gonna give me all the information I need. So the first data sheet is gonna have all my cuts labeled with the proper sizes, and I'm gonna have tons of pictures to help me put this box together. But my second cut sheet is gonna be a visual picture of a 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of wood and how I can place all my cuts within that sheet. That way we don't do any unnecessary cuts or waste any type of wood. Now, since I don't have a truck, I gotta come up with different ways for me to get a 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of wood to the house. Now, you can go ahead and buy a pre-cut 2 foot by 4 foot sheets of MDF, but those are extremely expensive. And if you guys remember, I have a video showing you how you can just get you a 4 foot by 8 foot sheet and have Home Depot cut it into 4 2 by 4 foot sheets and save a crap ton of money. But that tends to be the most efficient way for me to get wood to the house because I don't have a truck. So what we need to do right now is lay the wood out and see if we can get all these cuts drawn out on all the pieces of wood. All right, so I got all my cuts right here, and I have those spread out right here to let me know exactly what needs to be cut. It seems like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my fence at 10.5 and make the majority of my cuts on 10.5, since the majority of them have 10.5 in them, and then just come back and make all the individual cuts. That way we have our width the exact same, and then we just cut all the different lengths that we need. I just kind of made it a habit to, even though the fence says 10.5, I want to go ahead and double check. So I use my little measuring tape. It's at 10.5, so now we can actually go ahead and get cutting.
Do good, do great, and they talk bad on me. No mean, no face, cause they're not factual. I won't stay too long here, I'm just passing through. I might hit the bank and get a bag or two. My mama asked me why you got that cash on you. Second you switch up, they might get mad at you. No, you're not my friend, so no, I'm taxing you. You all like my sons, I'm going dad on you. Okay, good job, get mine, no prob. Hit my line, you're irking me, I hit that woosah. No, I don't got perks on me, I sleep good on God. Spend that money, make it reappear, ta-da. I've been getting paid, I've been eating good, I've been putting on some weight. If I got a problem, I just call my brother babe. This is like a warning shot to get up out my face. This is like a warning shot to get up out my way. This is like a warning shot to get up out my leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the 7. My good said I'm a dog, but all dogs go to heaven. Thank the Lord when I wake. I've been sleeping like a baby cause I know my paper straight. Another day to the grave. I get it cause I got to. I got kids I need to bathe. Thank the Lord when I wake. I've been sleeping like a baby cause I know my paper straight. Another day to the grave. I get it cause I got to. I got kids I need to bathe. I've been getting paid. I've been eating good. I've been putting on some weight. If I got a problem, I just call my brother.
Alright, y'all, I'm done cutting. I done made a mess. Brought that baby out here in the sun real quick. What I like to do once I get everything cut, I'll go ahead and label so I know where everything at, and then that way it's easier for me to put stuff together. So these top 3 are all the same, 28 by 16 3/4. So we're gonna have 2 for the top because it's gonna be a double baffle, and then we're gonna have 1 for the bottom. This right here is going to be our back piece, the front piece, and then we're also going to have a front number 1 and a front number 2 because one of them is going to be the acrylic window that we'll cut out in the next video. Then you have the right side, left side, port wall number 2, port wall number 1. Those 2 are going to make my L shape for my port. This is going to be the port end. So the port end is going to sit kind of on the inside of the port, kind of like, well, technically it's going to sit kind of like, well, if you think about it, technically it's going to sit kind of like that. So the wall goes this way and then this way. As it's going in, you're going to have a 45 come up this way, and then we're going to actually do a round over on this one and then a round over on the other side so it's smooth as it exits the port. Not only that, we do have a couple 45s. The design only called for 1 on the inside of the port as it's exiting, but I also want to do 1 on the back wall as well. So we have a 45 for the port wall, 45 for the back wall. So that's going to be just about it for this video. I don't really want to make these videos too long because if I showed y'all the whole entire process all at once, it'd probably be like a 45-minute, maybe an hour-and-a-half video. So I just want to break them up into individual videos. So this one was introducing the DD Audio 9510 ESP, going over the cut sheet and the box design, and actually getting these cut. Next video, we'll actually go ahead and get the box built, put together, clamped down, doing all the pocket holes and all that type of stuff. And then the next video, we'll probably go ahead and paint the inside. Once the inside dries, we'll tape it off, and then we will paint the outside. And then I'm pretty sure on that last video, we will show you who our fourth collaboration is, because we're going to try to have him do some type of nice graphics on the acrylic window. So till next time, this your boy JP signing out, man. God bless y'all. Peace.